Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I'm going to show you some gameplay of the AMX 13SS11 TCA whilst I commentate. Briefly however, before I get into that, I just wish to issue a huge thanks to my two patrons, NB Hollywood and Nagair898. Thank you both ever so much for your continued support of me and this channel. With all that being said, let's get into it. So here I am on Desful in my little but deadly French light tank, the AMX 13SS11 TCA, which has quite the name. Yeah, that's quite the name. So anyway, really what I want to do here is to move into a centralized position. My play normally on this map is to move into the location that is called the city center. Which is a little bit more sort of to my right. But because my team didn't really go that way, I can't really go on my own being a light tank, so I decided to go to this position instead, which still offers quite a bit of elevation and therefore a good view, but thankfully there's quite a gap between me and the enemy. So here what I'm doing is using my regular shells just to knock down some walls with the hopes that I'll then be able to shoot the medium tank that's there in front of me with a missile. Otherwise, if I didn't knock down the walls, then the missile would just detonate on the wall and not hit the tank. So now that I've done that, I can still see him in the distance there moving about, so I'm taking a bit of a gamble here, hoping that he will now drive forwards, but unfortunately luck really isn't on my side, and he's luckier than he knows, is all I can really say to that, because he decided not to drive forwards, and therefore he managed to escape with his life. But I'm trying again, firing the missile, and there we go. 385 damage, not a huge amount of damage for a missile, but he is now dead. So that is at least one enemy tank now dealt with. I'm just having a quick look here at this heavy tank on the enemy team that's sort of in the city centre, beetling about, driving backwards and forwards, but he goes invisible and I didn't really seem to have a decent shot on him, so I am now deciding to relocate very carefully so that I don't fall off a cliff and, well, bring the game to a premature close, at least for me. So driving forwards here through this little bit of water did sort of slow me down a touch, which is a bit of a shame. But now it's time to proceed with what would have ordinarily been my original plan, which is to go straight into the city centre area, the centralised part of the map. But, oh, what's happened here? Everything's gone a bit sort of frozen. Black screen. Oh, home screen. The game has crashed. That really is bad news. Yeah, time to quickly load up the game, see if I can get in without suffering, well, too much, but, well, just as I was getting into the city centre area where the enemy tank definitely was sort of hanging about, well, we shall have to wait and see if I have come out of it unscathed, or if indeed my game is going to come to a premature end anyway. Yeah, let's have a look. Well, thankfully loaded in relatively quickly, and thankfully that building obviously stopped me from driving forwards any further. I have all of my HP as well, which is a minor miracle. But oh well, dust myself off and continue on. There's a Mobat in front of me, and now there isn't. Excellent. Ammo racked the Mobat, over 2,000, just HP came off him. Seeing the M60A1 there, with just a small amount of HP. Thank you, teammate, for driving in front of me. I didn't want to shoot the enemy there. I just give him one more in the bum just because, well, why not? Yeah, oh well, never mind. I'm still quite lucky to have come back from that crash relatively quickly, so we'll dust ourselves off and continue on. I did sort of drive this way just to see if I could find that medium tank, but no, nothing doing. Try a regular shell into the Centurion 9, which unfortunately isn't terribly accurate, but here's a missile, and boom, 995 HP taken off that tank, and he is now back in his garage. Moving forwards now into a slightly different location, just to see what's going on this side of the map. I can see two medium teammates sort of staring lovingly at a light tank But no, I don't see anything out here, at least not yet, so it would seem like this is not going to be a position that will work out for me. Although, as soon as I pull away, that armadillo, that light tank, then decides to move, and I probably would have had a shot at him had I have waited just a little bit longer, but never mind, that's just how it goes. I see the Magok 5 just there. He's been reduced down to 28 HP. And unfortunately my missile doesn't quite meet its target. He pulls away just in time. I bounce off him. Oh, it's a different Magok 5. Oh, there we go. I must be seeing double. I throw a couple of shells into the other Magok 5, which is sat in the back of the map just there. Just really, I wanted to take out that guy right there with 28 HP, and yeah, I just haven't had much luck there. These shells don't exactly have the most penetration in the world, to say the very least. They're actually pretty bad, but the accuracy isn't that great either, as you can see. But there we go. I did finally manage to kill that Magok 5. There is just the one left in that location, now with just a smidge over 500 HP. I'm chipping away at him slowly, down to... I left him with 3 HP. Can you believe it? I fire a missile, which might be considered overkill, and it turned out that, well, it was completely unnecessary, as one of my teammates managed to finish him off anyway. I shot the armadillo, which was a minor miracle in itself, but it managed to bounce because the light tanks, of course, had the best armor in the game, as we know. But there we are, the game is over, we are victorious. Unfortunately, the screen has sort of frozen a bit again, or at least there's a large amount of delay, because of course it is still moving, you can see from the birds and the smoke. But this is a result of the game reloading after having crashed, unfortunately. But, well, at least I was able to load back into the game and actually do a reasonable amount of damage, given that rather... irritating interruption. The delay here really is quite palpable when you consider that I'm also on the new generation console, which should make this thing load a little bit quicker. But there we go, finally, the podium screen quickly there. I came second, which was great, got 4 kills and 4,635 damage. A fantastic result for a game that was a bit tricky. That's it for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.